Hi everybody, my name is Katie Haberstroh. For the Instructional Assistant Virtual Academy Restorative Practices video, we are going to be talking about some different strategies that we can use to build rapport, fix people who have been harmed by students' behaviors and students' words, and then how to move forward together. Because in this new world that we're living in with distance learning and with entitlement and privilege and all of our racial and inequities and equity issues that are going on, restorative practices is really where we need to be to help our students learn as easy and as successful as possible. So restorative practices is currently my bread and butter. I have done a lot of research on restorative practices, and I do restorative practices at home to help with my parenting. I have a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old who need to deal with a lot of restorative practices. And a lot of people, when they think of restorative practices, they think immediately of circles. They want to get together with a talking piece and they want to have a circle. That is actually the third or fourth step in the restorative practices world. The first step is just acknowledging these 4 squares. When we are working with a child, when we are supporting them and encouraging them, and we are providing discipline, we're providing that control, this is a safety issue. So when people say that there's no discipline occurring with restorative practices, that is false. There is 100% a amount of control that is occurring. However, it is a continuum where we are controlling the situation and discipline with the child to make sure that they are also going to be learning from this situation. So the not box, when you are not encouraging someone, you are neglectful, you are ignoring. Like when my 6-year-old and my 4-year-old are hitting each other, if I were just to ignore them, right? So extinction or ignoring is a planned behavior strategy. Just being neglectful or irresponsible and ignoring them, you didn't plan to do that. That is not a restorative practice. Or if you're rude back to them, right? Like if a 7-year-old calls you stupid and you said, well, you're stupid. That's in the not box. We are not restoring relationships. We are not getting ready to build that encouragement needed for academic needs. That is not appropriate, and that is not providing discipline or support. So that child for sure is not going to be ready to learn. Now, sometimes we have to have high control. There has to be a certain safety issues. It has to be punitive. If you punch a kid or if there is this happen, I will have to do something to you. I am encouraging you to be successful, but there is a safety issue and there is a strict amount of control that will occur. Now, if there is not a safety issue, if a child is spitting, that is not necessarily a safety issue in the eyes of the state of California or in the eyes of sort of educational code. Now, you might think it's germs and it's icky, but that's not a safety issue. So that doesn't go straight to referral. That does not go straight to this. You're being down here. That's not being appropriate. So what we need to do is we need to start having these non-judgmental conversations, and they start with 5 questions. What happened? Well, I had a loogie in my throat. Okay. What happened after that? Well, I spit on Sally. Okay. What were you thinking when you spit it out? Well, I was thinking that it wasn't going to hit her. All right. So who was impacted by the spit flying? Well, Sally cried. Yeah, that was pretty impactful for her. Okay. How can we make this right? Well, I can apologize. That's a good step. But for future, what can we do? Well, I can maybe have a eye contact with you. So if I have something going on because of my allergies, I can just get up and spit in the trash can. Yeah, that would work. Now let's talk to who was harmed. So that's a way different picture than you spit, you're getting a referral, whether it's a 5, 6, 18-year-old. The restorative practices is really a way of changing our mindsets, because children are going to do things from a children's mindset and adults are going to handle it from an adult mindset. I have to deal with this problem a lot with my husband. He's like, well, why would you do that? Again, you're asking a 4-year-old why he or she would do that, that they're not going to have a correct answer for you, and they're just going to be responded into shame. Shame will then lead to lying or aggression. Most people will either lie to get out of the shame response, or they'll go to aggression because they are fearful or they're feeling embarrassed, etc. We do not want our children in the shame responses. And that's going to be in the PowerPoint slides. You will see more about what those look like. We want our children to be here. Yes, something bad happened. I am not saying that something bad didn't happen, but I'm not judging you. It's not my job to judge you. As an instructional assistant, my job is to aid in your instruction. And currently, we are not able to focus on that instruction. So let's restore our relationship. Let's restore the relationship of your neighbor, your friend, or whatever, to make sure that we are able to move forward with the academic skills. I am providing the support in a non-judgmental manner. I ask these 5 questions every single time. Kid throws a pencil. Gabe, stop throwing your pencil. I don't even do that anymore. I'm like, oh, Gabe, what happened? Well, he was messing with me. Okay, let's talk about it over here. You two, come here. Gabe, Philip, what are we doing here? But nope, see, even that was judgmental. What are we doing here? So as we are doing this Instructional Assistant Virtual Academy, as we were practicing these restorative practices that we're learning in the video and the visual with the PowerPoint and the different activities, I still have to practice. I'm hoping that you all are practicing too. So, Gabe, Philip, what happened? That's better. Okay, what happened? Gabe talks, Philip talks. I'm the mediator. All right, tell me what you were thinking. I was thinking this, I was thinking this. And their little minds are oftentimes wild, but okay. I'm trying not to judge. I'm trying to work through my implicit and explicit biases that we all have. And we're trying to get to this restorative space, whether we are hybrid model, whatever we are doing to learn, whether you're a computer tech or an ESL IA, whatever your role is, our goal is still to be here with all students. Thank you.